The long-awaited corruption case facing South Africa's former president, Jacob Zuma, has been postponed to the 27th of July. The ruling was made to allow the state time to respond to Zuma's representation. The former president's defense also told the court it wants the matter around his legal funding resolved. Zuma faces 16 counts of corruption, racketeering, fraud and money laundering. The state's lawyers had previously expressed their readiness to go to trial from the 12th of November last year. Zuma's next court appearance is scheduled to take place at the High Court. Well, to get you the latest on this, we are now joined by CGTN's Yolisa Njamela in Johannesburg in South Africa. What reasons have been given for postponing the case?
Well, both sides, the state and the defense, requested the postponement. The National Prosecuting Authority wants to review a request or an application by Thales. You know that Thales is an arms manufacturing company, co-accused in this case. They would like the whole case to be withdrawn. Then there's also the issue of Zuma's legal team, who also want a review of the decision to prosecute Zuma in the first place. And then there's the issue of legal funding. You will know that Zuma, for as long as he's been going in and out of court, the state has been basically funding his legal team because he was also a deputy president and the president, so he was in government during that whole period. Now that he's outside of government, the DA, which is the main opposition party, political party in the country, have asked the presidency, President Cyril Ramaphosa, to review that decision to be paying for President Jacob Zuma's legal fees. Now, we haven't received, or rather they haven't received a response to that request, and Zuma's legal team has been saying in court as well that they would like to know if in fact the state will continue paying for Zuma's legal fees or Zuma's legal team. So both teams are hoping that by the time late in July that they come back for the court sitting, all those issues would have been ventilated or sorted out.
Okay, so quite a few issues there to sort out. Let's talk about the supporters of President Zuma. They're still standing by him. Is it likely that this case may complicate matters for the ANC at the forthcoming elections?
Well, it's quite likely that it will complicate matters for the governing party, especially judging by the utterances from the supporters of former President Jacob Zuma, who have been saying they will withhold their votes should Zuma be found guilty, or if he still continues to be going in and out of court by the time the election comes around. This is not new for us in the country, though. You'll remember that in 2008, when the former President Thabo Mbeki was recalled, a whole lot of cabinet ministers resigned with him. There were worries that it will impact largely on the governing party. In fact, after that, there was an organization, a political organization that was formed by disgruntled members of the ANC, the Congress of the People, which still exists now, but has really lost its vavavoom, if you like. And so we have seen this happening before, but that didn't so much dent the governing party even way back then. We haven't seen any organization being formed now. We have heard rumors that there might be an organization, a political organization that will oppose the ANC, that will be led by former President Jacob Zuma, but he's flatly denied that. So, but speaking to a whole lot of observers and political analysts, they would tell you that it will certainly complicate matters within the governing party. But if you speak to ANC leaders, especially senior ANC leaders, it would seem that they're saying they trust that their members and their supporters are firmly behind them, and therefore there will not be any complications. But we will wait and see.
Okay, Yolisa, thank you for that update. That was CGTN's Yolisa Njamela there in Johannesburg.